Hello, my beautiful friends. So, I am on here. This is my first time doing my live as well, so bear with me. So, I wanted to come on here. I know it's been a while since I've spoken with some of you guys, and I really want to be there for all of my friends. We're kind of pivoting. Hi, Dottie. Hi, everyone that's joining in. So I just want to talk really quick about what's going on, and then we'll go ahead and get started on our guided meditation. But I think this is really needed right now. I know that with everything going on, unless you're like really grounding yourself and setting that time for yourself, you can be swept away with emotions because it is, this time is unprecedented and we don't know what's going on. And it's really bringing up a lot of things for us to work through, a lot of fears. So you can go ahead and take this time to like really overcome. And last night when I was kind of setting the intention and prepping for this live, which by the way, I'm gonna hop on, I've committed for the rest of this month to hop on every day at 9:30 a.m. Central Time and just do a quick 20-minute guided meditation just to start the day off right. Sometimes I'll be partnering on with people. And as you guys know, sometimes when I'm already like channeling and like in the zone, my accent kicks in. So I'm already there. But I'm partnering up with Rise from Inside today, which is one of my Reiki sisters. So I'll partner up with people at times to kind of get our minds right and then also work our bodies, because right now with everything that's going on, we need to make sure that we're moving around and we taking that time to be still. But when we do feel those emotions, that we're letting them like go through, right? Because we're so used to being like emotionally constipated, like we feel something and we fight it and we just are tight and then it gets stuck. And we need to make sure that anything that we're feeling right now, all the insecurities, the fears, anything that's coming up for us, that we're letting it like wash through like water. So we want to wash it through like water. We also want to process it like food. So we want to feel it, take the time to be still, and then let it go through and process it. Most of us don't really know how to process. I know for me before Reiki, the way that I didn't really process, I dumped on people, right? So I felt something, I was super, super emotional. And then I would have a good friend or a coworker and I would just like, blah, like emotionally vomit on them. And that's great because it made me feel better, but then they're holding on to all of this energetic dump that I just gave them. So it's really important that when we are feeling our emotions, that we are instead sitting with them, acknowledging them, and then finding a way to release, whether that is through meditation, through Reiki, through a workout, through prayer, through dancing. There's so many different ways for you to process. Just don't sit in them for too long. So hopefully this will help some of you guys to process and just to start your day off right. So every morning I'm committed to hopping on here, and we never really know what's going to show up, right? So we're going to give there enough space for spirit to come through and to be creative and to see who logs on, and whether it's 100 people or 2 people, I'm committed to doing this and I'm committed to giving this piece of my heart to you guys. So thank you for everyone that's logged in. Hi, I see some people from California. Hello, I know it's early for you guys. Thank you so much. So I'm really excited to get started. If you have any questions before we get started, you can go ahead and also ask them on there and I'll make sure to address them. Another thing that kind of came up to me last night when I was meditating and prepping for this was judgment, right? Like right now is our time to come together as a tribe, and we have to honor where people are at. We can't judge others. So the people that are so in fear and are stocking up, like it's so hard not to judge them, but we have to remember that people are at different places and there's 7 levels of consciousness, and some people are literally just in survival mode, are not cognizant of anything that's going on around them. They're just like focused on that. And we need to hold as much hold space for those people, just like we do for the people that are going out there, and the doctors and the nurses and the people that are in the front lines helping, everyone kind of cope through this. So, which is really hard, right? It's really hard when it's completely different sides of the spectrum, but you have to remember that we are all one and we're all going through different stages. We're all handling this in different ways, and to just hold space and to have that love for those individuals for you in your heart during this time. So, as I do this guided meditation, I see some people on here, maybe you haven't done guided meditation before. I know for me, guided meditation was necessary because I cannot turn my brain off. So when I would try to meditate, I would fall asleep, which was also another sign that my body needed to relax and calm down. So if you fall asleep during this meditation, that's totally fine. That's exactly what your body needs. And you can't do it any wrong way, right? So having grace with yourself, but really focusing on your breath. So the breath is kind of the key, because most of the time our mind is either focused on what's going to happen in the future, or we're really worried about things that happened in the past. So our breath is our anchor to the current present moment. And if you focus on the moment right now and understand that everything is happening exactly as it should, that there is no right or wrong, that there is no good or bad, there just is, it just creates this inner peace. Because we're constantly in fight or flight, right? We're constantly worried about what's going to happen. And when we're in fight or flight, that's going to wreak havoc in our insides. It's going to drop all that cortisol. It's going to inflame our vagus nerve. Like, there is just so much that happens and goes on internally when we're in fight or flight or stress mode. And we know that for trauma and fight or flight, you don't even need to be in that situation. Like, you don't need to have someone with a gun in front of you for you to trigger all of those things within. If you're thinking about someone pulling a gun in front of you, that's going to do just as much damage inside. So it all starts with our mind, right? It's retraining our brain, rewiring our infrastructure and our subconscious mind to be present in the moment and to know that it's safe, to know that it's safe right now, to know that it's safe in your body. And that creates that inner peace, because regardless of what's going on around us, when you find that inner peace, you always have that ability to go inward, that ability to just stop and be, I'm okay. Because we love to go down those rabbit holes. We love to let our brain just take off and go to the extreme of the worst thing that can happen. I shared on a post the other day, I lit a candle, and the whole candle kind of, it didn't explode, but it was like a really huge flame, right? But it was still contained within the candle. In my mind, the first thing it did was like, your house is gonna burn down. And I wanted to like extinguish it and turn it off. But then I was like, no, stop. Like, a lot of steps need to happen before my house burns down, right? Like, first it needs to come out of the container, then maybe the rug, then maybe my couch, and I have time to extinguish it. So eventually I did, but it was coming from a personal choice of like, okay, this is enough. Let me extinguish this fire, versus me freaking out and jumping and like trying to do it out of fear. So that's what we're trying to do now. We're trying to just stop and breathe and not be so reactive, make decisions from a higher source, whatever it is that you believe in, and not make decisions out of fear. Because right now, because there is fear all around, we tend to be super reactive and just, I want to turn that fire off, right? Like my brain did. So we're constantly working on this. And even though, I'm a Reiki master, you're always learning, you're always growing. And that's the beauty of this practice and just life, right? That we're here to learn, we're here to expand. We never stop learning. and that every time we fail or that there's a mistake or something happens, it's always a teachable moment. There's always an opportunity to grow from it. We are so afraid of making mistakes. Like, we are just afraid of falling down. But there's so much beauty in failure. And this is what life is about, right? Finding the beauty in everything, finding the beauty in the hardships, finding the beauty in when we fall, finding the beauty in everything. And so here we are. So thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, after this guided meditation, if you want to do a yoga flow and really move your body, I have Rise from Inside. We'll do a flow after this. And then also Katya Lovejoy will do a Yoga Nitra at 2 p.m. our time, Central Time, and 12 p.m. Pacific Time if you're also interested in that. So there's so many healers right now that are offering their services because this is our time to give back. This is our time for be able to provide healing and love to all of those around us, because this is what we train for. And for my fellow healers that are on here as well, we also have to remember that even though we're like those Care Bears that are just like pumping out love and light right now, we have to also remember to go inward and give ourselves that same grace, give ourselves that time to just recharge, because I feel like most of us are like go right now. So make sure that you're also giving yourself that same grace, that same love that you're giving everyone around you. So as we start, just remember to take those deep breaths in. And when we take deep breaths, most of our breaths are really shallow. And when we take shallow breaths, or when we even hold our breath, that actually triggers our fight or flight, which we were talking about earlier. So when we're taking deep breaths, when I work with children, I have them put one hand on their chest, one hand on their belly. And I tell them, I want your belly to move more than your hand on your chest, right? Because we're normally like breathing from up here or holding our breath. And as I mentioned, that triggers our fight or flight. We want to breathe from our diaphragm. So when we're taking those deep breaths in, we want this to move. We want to imagine our breath going all the way down, almost to our hip bones, and a full 360, feeling like your chest expand, feeling your lungs expand. So it should be filling your whole body up, right? Like when dogs take a deep breath, you can literally see their whole body just go, right? And so as you practice it, when I have my clients practice, a good one is to breathe in for 6, hold for 4, and then breathe out 8. Because even when we're breathing out, we don't breathe out all the air. So you want to almost squeeze your core and get everything out. So what it looks like is hold for 4, and then right? And at first your body is like, what are you doing? This is different. You never breathe like that. And your mind starts to kind of fight it, and your body is like, what's going on? Just push through. So when we start our guided meditation, if your mind starts to wander, if it's like what starts going through the list of what you have to do the rest of the day, just come back to your breath. Let those thoughts come, let them kind of wash away like a cloud. Just let them go without judgment. Always come back to your breath, anchor to your breath. That is what anchors you to the current moment. So remember taking those deep breaths in, deep breaths out. And if you haven't done meditation before, give yourself some grace, because it's at first, like I said, it's a little awkward. So we'll go ahead and get started. So take that deep breath in, deep breath out. And it's so beautiful to think right now that we have a couple of people on and that we're breathing together, because that's the biggest thing right now. It's community, that we're all here together. We're all breathing together. We're all coming together and being present in the moment. And that's exactly how we heal the earth. That's exactly how we survive all of this that's going on, is by coming together as one. So keep taking those deep breaths in. We're going to do a couple together as community, and then I'll go ahead and put on some music, and I will close my eyes because I like to kind of go with whatever I'm feeling. If you're not in a comfortable position right now, go ahead and get comfortable. If I were you, I would just lay on the floor and like sprawl out. Make sure if you need a blanket, just get comfortable for the next 15 to 20 minutes. Give yourself the next 20 minutes to just be present, to just breathe, to forget about everything that's going on around you, everything that you have to do the rest of the day, and just give yourself this present of being present. So take those deep breaths in. We're going to go ahead and do 6 community breaths. So get comfortable. Make sure you're either be in a chair with your spine straight up, or you can be, like I said, laying down. If I could just lay down on my bed, that's what I would be doing. Your hands, wherever you want them to be comfortable, you can have them on your knees. You can have them on your chest. You can have them on your belly. Just be comfortable for the next 20 minutes. So let's go ahead and start those community breaths. So a deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. So ground down in this moment. Let yourself go. Let your mind turn off. As we remember what it's like to just be present, to just be free, to be as a child. Because children right now are not stressed out about what's going on. They just know that school is out. They know that their parents are home. They know they get to play. So let's join them in this moment. Let's be more like children and allow ourselves to be present. And in this moment, you are fully safe. You are grounded. You are supported. So continue to take those deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And start to let go. Start to melt onto the table, onto the floor. Wherever you're at. And keep with those breaths, and the deeper you go, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the deeper you go. So start to scan your body. Feel where you hold that tension. I know for me, usually it's in my shoulders, it's in my neck, it's in my jaw, it's in my mouth. Allow yourself to relax. Continue to take those deep breaths in. And as we ground down, imagine yourself walking over this hill. And on the bottom of the hill, you see a beautiful willow tree. It's starting to grow its leaves. It's starting to sway gently in the breeze. And it's the most beautiful willow tree you have ever seen, and you feel drawn to it. So continue to take those deep breaths in and deep breaths out, and imagine yourself going closer and closer to this willow tree. And as you get closer, you feel more grounded and supported. You allow your body to let go. And you sit down and lean your back up against this willow tree. And when you do that, it's almost as if you become one. you feel as grounded and supported as this tree. And just like this tree, you start to grow roots. So imagine yourself growing roots. And as you take a deep breath in and exhale, through each breath, you grow these roots and they go in deeper and deeper into Mama Earth, making you feel even more grounded, even more supported in the present moment. So as your roots go through the grass and through the top soil, you start to go in deeper and you start to meld. Your body starts to feel heavier on your mat, on your chair, on your bed, wherever it is that you're at. Allow yourself to be present. If your mind starts to kick in, say thank you, but no thank you, and come back to your breath. Because as you continue those deep breaths in and deep breaths out, the deeper you go, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the deeper you go. So continue to grow your roots with this deep breath, going through all of the mantles of Mother Earth to the very center. Feeling fully grounded and supported at this moment. Knowing that you're fully safe. Knowing that nothing else matters. Knowing that peace comes within. Knowing that you are the eye of the storm. And as long as you come back to your breath, and sometimes it's so easy, like the answer is so easy, and we decide to make it difficult. Because all we need to find inner peace, it's as easy as taking deep breaths. But that seems too easy, so we don't do it. So continue to focus on your breath, to focus on the present moment, to anchor down into being present, into feeling whole, into understanding that everything you need is already within you. That you were born for this, that you can overcome everything that is happening in the present moment. That you are fully protected, grounded, and supported in every way possible. And if you don't feel that in the outside, if you don't feel that within your family, society, you can feel it in here. And to unlock that door, all you need is the key, and the key is your breath. So continue to take those deep breaths in and deep breaths out. And just like that beautiful willow tree, stand tall, feeling fully grounded and fully supported in this moment. And as you sit up in that tree, as you lean back on that trunk, you look up and you see the beautiful sun shining on your face. And just like that, it's as if the clouds open up and this beautiful white light from the heavens comes straight down in the top of your head. So you may see a white light, you may see a golden color, but imagine this golden light start to shower you, start to come down through the center of your chakras and also around you, completely covering you. And as it starts to move down from the top of your head, as it moves down, scan through with this white light. And everything it touches, you begin to relax. You begin to let go. your body allows itself to relax. So as it moves down to the top of your head, you can relax your head. You start to relax things that you didn't even know needed relaxing or that you could relax. So imagine this white golden light coming down in the top of your head. You relax your forehead. Continue to take those deep breaths in. As it goes down, you relax your eyes. You relax your eyebrows. Comes down, you relax your cheekbones. And as you keep taking those deep breaths in and deep breaths out, and it moves down, you relax your mouth. You let your tongue hang. You relax your teeth, your chin. You let go, unclench your jaw. And you feel yourself just melting onto the floor. You feel that stress, that stagnation, everything start to melt away as you start to surrender and give in and relax to the present moment. And as that light continues its way down from your jaw down to your throat, you relax your throat. And it moves down to your shoulders. You relax your shoulders. It's okay to let go. As it moves down your arms, you relax your arms, you relax your elbows. As it moves down through your chest, you relax your chest. Imagine all of these parts being completely filled with white light. And as it's moving down, it's rejuvenating, cleansing, clearing, and healing every cell, every ligament, every bone in your body. So as it moves down your chest, down to your stomach, we start to feel connected with our body. We start to thank our body for being here for us, for protecting us, for housing the most beautiful thing we all hold, which is our soul. So this white light starts to move down from your diaphragm, down your hips, down your thighs, to your knees. You relax your knees. As it moves down to your shins, to your ankles. You relax your ankles. Down your feet, to the very tip of your toes. And when you're completely covered by this beautiful white light, you let go, feeling fully present, feeling refreshed, feeling whole. Remembering what it's like to be connected, mind, body, and spirit. What it's like to be at peace regardless of what's going around. To find that beautiful voice within that is always there guiding you, protecting you, and letting you know that everything is fine. That you are safe, and that you are whole. So as you relax, enjoy this moment of feeling grounded and supported. And we go back to this tree, and you are just leaning up against this tree, feeling fully grounded and supported, feeling like part of this tree, like you have the same heartbeat, like you are one, because we are one. We are connected. We are interconnected with every single person, with every single tree, with every single flower. now. We're remembering what that's like. We're no longer taking it for granted. So back to this tree, you look up and you see something floating in the distance, and it's just coming down, and it's almost a piece of paper, and it's coming down. It's kind of dancing in the air, like the wind is having it flow back and forth. And you pay attention to this paper, this white paper that seems like it's dancing in the air. And as it turns in certain ways, you kind of see that there's something written on it, but you don't know what it is. And you're mesmerized, being present in the moment, imagining this beautiful white piece of paper just floating in the air as it starts to come down. And it starts to come down right in front of you. And you're just mesmerized. Your gaze can't stop staring at how it's dancing and coming down. And this piece of paper lands right in front of you. And on this paper, there's a word. What is that word? What is that message for you at this moment? What is it that you need to focus on? You don't have to force it. You don't have to second guess yourself. What is that word that comes to your mind? What is that word that you're reading on that paper? So take a moment to take that word in. Almost imagine picking up that paper and placing it on your heart. So place your hands on your heart in this moment. Feel your heartbeat. Being grateful for the current moment. Being grateful for being alive. We forget how beautiful our life is. We're usually on the go and go. We don't pay attention to how much it takes to pump all of that blood through our body. So in this moment, thank your body for being there for you. Feel that beautiful heart pumping in your hands. And be grateful for this moment, for we have so much to be grateful for. And think about that word that is on that paper. And if no word appeared, that's okay. That's okay. I offer mine to you. And that word that appeared for me is love. Because that's what fixes everything, love. Love for ourselves, love for those around us. But it always starts here. Sometimes it's so much easier to give that love out, but we don't give ourselves that same grace. That same love. So in this moment, feel that heart, feel that love, feel your heart expanding and growing. And that gold light that we had, feel that start to emanate within. It's almost expanding and popping out of your heart and growing, almost creating like a sphere around you, like this bubble of gold light protecting you, filled with love. And as you take those deep breaths in and deep breaths out, imagine that bubble getting bigger and bigger to where now it's covering your whole body. And as you keep breathing, expand that bubble of love, of gold light, and have it go bigger and larger to where it starts to cover the whole room. Then your house. Then your neighborhood. Then your town. And the whole state. And as we grow and expand this bubble of love, we start to connect to all those bubbles around us. And we make it large enough to where it starts to connect with those that are in California, with those that are in Oklahoma, with those that are in Virginia. We become interconnected, we become one. Because that's all we need right now is love. So thank you for giving yourself this moment. Thank you for being here. Continue to take those deep breaths in and deep breaths out. And as I count down, you can come back to your body as you wake up, feeling fully rejuvenated, feeling happy, feeling lighter, feeling ready to take on the day. So 3, take those deep breaths in, deep breaths out. 2, 1. You can open your eyes. I have no idea what that looked like. Sorry guys, I was totally in tune, but thank you so much for joining. Oh, perfect timing. And it's time now to go. So if you're ready to flow, make sure that you can go to my sister's page at Rise From Inside to do some yoga flowing. If you just want to be present in the moment and continue to ground, that's also perfectly fine. And then also Katya Lovejoy at 2 p.m. Central Time. So hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love your feedback. I'd love to hear what words came up for you guys. So shoot me a DM and hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Namaste, aho, amen, all those good things. Have a wonderful day, my loves. Mwah. Bye.